Welcome to Let's Go Dad. This is going to be one of our videos in a countdown series up to the big day. I've got some splaining to do. All right, let's go. There's so much that has happened over the last 4 years that I have a hard time knowing where to begin. But I think what I'm going to say first is some of the reasons why we haven't posted. The first reason really is because of my job. I have a job that I'm not allowed to tell you what I do or who I work for anyhow. I guess I can tell you that I coach foster parents. There aren't a lot of us doing this work in this state. So I'm in somewhat of a unique position, and it's sort of a new role. I think I can say all of that without getting into too much trouble. But yeah, I coach foster parents for a living. It's been great. Like, I love it. I love it. I feel like I'm doing a good job. I think having someone who's been a caseworker, someone who's been a foster parent, but I can't say much about a lot of things related to my work because of that. So I've got to be careful. In fact, I may edit out some of the things here I've said. I don't know, but I've just got to be really, really careful. The other thing is that we are in this adoption process with some kiddos, and that's the big day we're counting down to, and it has been a fight. It has been a fight. You'd be amazed the drama that people have created around this, and I'm not sure. Well, I've been advised by my attorney, because I did end up having to hire not just an attorney for the adoption, but an attorney to make sure that people aren't misbehaving and to hold them accountable for misbehaving on this case, because I'll be blunt with you, there's been a lot of that, and there's like 100 pieces of evidence filed about that. So it's been a mess. It's been a huge mess, and here we are. And I don't know how much I can say, how much I can't say. And during the long battle with court, with the county, which is not the county I live in, by the way, but with that county, it's just been ugly. It's been really, really ugly, and I've had to be really careful what I say. So that's one of the reasons I haven't posted in a while. The other thing is, as I've said before, whenever you have kids in the home who are a huge part of your family, all the activities you do, all the parts of your life, they're so engaged in those things with you. Even things like coaching football, it's like, well, there are kids participating in that, and they're with me a lot during those things. I can't post their pictures or videos of them while they are in that course of being adopted. Until they're actually adopted, I can't do that. Some of you know I went through surgery a couple years ago. I've gotten so many nice comments and emails about that. Thank you so much. I guess mostly emails at this point, but a few of you commented as well. I am still alive. We're still hoping to post some. The kids are super enthusiastic about posting. They're really excited about doing Let's Go Dad. Yeah, so I really appreciate all of you. I really, really appreciate all of you who have stuck with us through that. I did live. I wasn't supposed to. And even a year later, meeting with a surgeon, he was like, huh, you are still alive. Well, I guess you're going to live through this thing. I guess that's happening. Which, builds up a lot of confidence in me, right? It's like, wait, was I not supposed to still be alive? But I am alive. Here I am. Oh, thank you, all of those of you who prayed for it. We studied prayer in my classes at school, even though it wasn't a religious school, and they had no explanation for why prayer works, but it does. It does. The research says the prayer works, and we studied all those types of research. People tried to figure out, they would like put things in lead encased rooms and have people pray for them, and it still seemed to have an impact on them. So thank you so much for those of you who prayed for our health. Thank you for those who prayed for this family. We really appreciate it. We are remodeling our basement right now, so it's hard to find a time where there aren't a lot of noises. It's hard to find time in our house anyway where there isn't a lot of noise, just kids and friends. We pretty much constantly have someone's friend over at this point. That's part of being a dad. Yeah, it's part of this life, right? Having more than one kid. Sometimes we'll have a few. I've put a little bit of a limit on how many overnights we can have, because some kids aren't very good at being quiet at night, and people do need sleep, especially those of us who work. So there's a limit on that. or for those of you who watched a long time ago, my parents have a apartment on one kind of side of our walkout basement. And when they built that, we also put in an extra bathroom down there. So they have a bathroom in their apartment and then one more. So it didn't end up costing that much to remodel the other like 1,400 square feet of our basement, maybe a little more than that. It's mostly putting up some drywall, finishing off the ceilings, putting some lights in. It hasn't cost that much. I mean, I'm not saying it's cheap. Don't hear me wrong. It's, you know, any of this is expensive, but compared to what we get out of it, it's not bad. It's almost like we'll have a whole extra house down there. Which, again, we're from California, so moving to a place where there are basements, we're like, free house! We get like a free house underneath our house. It's amazing. Very exciting. We're very excited to finally be finishing off the rest of the basement and having space so the kids can be separate when they're upset with each other, so that kids can have multiple friend groups over the time. So my daughter can have her friend group up doing arts and crafts upstairs. My one son can have his friend group down watching football or playing a video game down in the basement. We're really excited about that. I'm trying to think about what other updates in life we might need to do as we do this countdown. I don't want to say too much. Upcoming, as we do some of these countdown videos, you're going to hear from the kiddos, which, by the way, we're probably going to start posting these either close to adoption or right after adoption. So you'll see things delayed just a little bit. And we're doing that because they can't be on YouTube. Not right now. Robert can, and Robert's excited to kind of fill you in on his life. I don't know if we'll do that as part of this countdown.
What are you doing?
Maybe not. Probably we'll do that later on. But we are very excited about Adoption Day. We have waited a long time. These kids have been waiting to be adopted for what, 6, almost 7 years. They've been waiting to be adopted. 4 of those years they've lived here. And for some reason, people have fought them every step of the way when it comes to adoption. I don't understand. When permanency is the goal, when the parental rights have already been terminated, I don't understand why people fight the kids who are trying to push this forward, who are trying to move the system along so they can have permanency. To quote one of the kids, I just want a normal life. And just to fill you in on how that works for this child, there's 2 caseworkers. One comes once a month. That would be the county caseworker. And then we're part of a private agency right now. And so that private agency worker comes twice a month. Sometimes one of those twice a month visits can overlap with the county visits, but often it doesn't. And so then that's 3 visits with caseworkers a month. It's like we get 1 week without a caseworker in our house. That's a lot, especially when it means pulling kids out of after school sports or clubs. It means interrupting time with friends. It means that our kids, their whole schedule has to stop. We've had kids who've had to rush home from a pool because or from the community pool, because the caseworker has said, oh, I'm gonna be early, or oh shoot, I have to reschedule for today and come at this time instead of this time. We've had to move things a lot. It's not fun, it's not convenient for the kids. So they're ready to be done with that part. They also have counseling, which, counseling is a great thing, but I think one of the mistakes I made with Robert was in keeping him in counseling too long, to the point where it's the opposite of helpful. So if you're in counseling, you're working through stuff, that's fine, but it gets old, like all other things. It gets old, and sometimes you're ready for a break. I think these kids have been ready for a break for about 4 or 5 years from counseling, and they've been told they absolutely cannot have one. And actually, when they requested to have less counseling, the county worker increased their counseling with another type of counseling. So ready to be done. It's at the point where it's not super helpful anymore. And all it does is it takes them out of school and makes them feel like they're not part of that school community. Everyone goes, why is it that every such and such day you miss math? And it's hard because, like, when a kid first comes in, absolutely they should miss a class to go do counseling if that's what they have to do, because the emotional stuff often gets in the way of the educational stuff. And so if they can't work through the emotional stuff first, often the educational stuff is going to lag behind anyway. But when you've been in counseling for like 7, 8 years, and you've been missing a day of math for every week for 8 years, you're getting behind, you're struggling to keep up. Uh, and for the kids, particularly in my house, I think they had missed a couple years of school before coming, but it's a long story, but before coming to me, they had missed a couple years of school, basically. So they were a couple years behind everyone else. Uh, so then throw on top of that, that they are missing a day every week of whatever class. One of them was math, the other one goes language arts. It's not helping them catch up. It's not. Now, my kids are pretty smart, and they've caught up a lot. They've caught up a huge amount. Actually, it's shocking. But they're just done having to sit there and talk to people about stuff over and over again. Yeah, I'm gonna stop. I'm venting at this point about it. Give me talking about coping skills and teaching kids coping skills for 7 years, and then you'll really hear me venting. So I'm gonna stop talking about that. But we're really, really excited that Adoption Day is coming up. We're really, really excited. We have fought so hard and so long. Thanks for watching. Let's go, Dad.